Hello, everyone. How's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Don't Starve, shall we? Picking up where we left off with our complete beginner's guide, and it's day 3. And what we really want to start focusing on for day 3, or whatever day, depending on how fast you're doing things, once we establish our little campsite, and we've got some bunny traps ready. We want to get stones to make a more permanent campfire, of course, and we want to explore more of the map to uncover where the resources are, the different biomes. And we also want to build a science machine so that we can get better technology, and that requires gold. So let's just kind of follow the road, and using the road as we can because it speeds us up when we run along it. Let's see if we can find a biome that has big chunky rocks that has gold in it. And what we're looking for, and you can push select just to see like what you're cutting into. This is a regular rock, and this thing, we can equip our axe here by just going down using the right analog stick. We do need stone, so I'll pick up all of this. And we need flint, that's great. Sure, we'll take sticks. Just keep an eye on the time, keep an eye on your sanity and your hunger, but we're actually okay. Now, this road splits, which is nice. And this is going into a graveyard area. Now, there's good stuff that we can get in the graveyard, like, well, gold nuggets. So, the convenient thing about graveyards is sometimes they will have gold just lying around. And when I say sometimes, I mean it always has that. The biomes can be a little wonky. Sometimes you won't get everything if it's a really small version of it, but usually the gold will just be lying around there, and that's one way to get gold. Now, there can be some nasty stuff involving it, but as you saw right there, we were able to just get in and out. Oh, but conveniently enough, look at this. I'm going to pause the game. So, graveyard has gold nuggets just lying on the ground, and depending on the size of it and the luck, sometimes you may get more, sometimes you may get less. But what I was really looking for is this biome, and you see it has like a rocky floor with a dirt as well, and no grass really to speak of. There's one little tuft of grass, but very little. And this is kind of the thing where you will have boulders, and then this boulder that we're looking at has the gold coming out. So if I mine this, you see the streaks of yellow? We will get gold nuggets and rocks in all of this. And so what we want, I'm going to go to the crafting, is to make a science machine, we just need logs and gold nuggets. And we've got everything. So this is a really, really cool area to find so close to our base. And depending on your loadout, sometimes you have to move further away to find gold, or sometimes it's right where you settled. And here's another gold vein. I'm going to get this. Our inventory is very, very close to full, but we have like pretty much just the stuff that we want. Now, I'm going to go ahead and equip my axe and chop this down. I have plenty of time, and hunger is not an issue. I can pick that to raise our sanity, pick up some rocks. Let's get some more logs. All right. Now, the pine cones, I think I mentioned this before, but you can use those to plant new trees. And actually, one of the cool things that you can do once you get more technology is to start moving everything to your base area. So you plant a bunch of trees around your base, you plant grass, you plant berry bushes, everything that's growable that you can put near you, you try to, so that you don't have to move that far. You could just like walk out and get saplings, or you can walk out, like this sapling, we could dig this up and plant it. Or you can walk out and get trees and everything like that. And get berries. I'm going to get these seeds. Okay. Now, it's getting closer to dark, so I'm going to head home. I'm going to get this. And let's go. I'm just going to walk right back down to the road and run us home. He's going to say it's getting dark because we're getting into dusk. But that's all right. We're going to make it. And there's a few things that we can do now that we are almost back to our area. And we're looking for our traps, and you see they're all filled. So we're going to try right away to make the fire pit, which we can, and I will. And I'm going to make the fire pit right here on the road. And don't worry that I made this before it became night. I just made this because I wanted to show you. And this thing is amazing. Now, I also want to go ahead right away and make the science machine. We have enough logs. I'm going to make it. I'm going to put it like right here. And there we go. And then now that I'm going to pause it and just talk about this. Now that we're close to the science machine, if you're in the proximity of the science machine, it will start like, you can see it starts spinning and moving. If I get far away, you see how it's not spinning, but if I get close enough, it starts spinning. And then over here, I have a whole bunch of new recipes that I can make, new tools that I can craft, new food items that we can make. And we can make a chest, but we need boards. To make a board, you go down to this diamond refining section, and we can turn logs into boards so that we can make a chest, which we really actually want to make right away. But I need a bunch of trees, logs to get that going. So I'm going to try to chop as much down as I can before nighttime. The chest will allow us to have extra storage. And our axe has broken, so I need to make a new one. Okay, and let's go. And so we can kind of like keep things that we don't need a lot of, but we want to hold on to. Okay. We're getting hungry, and that's okay. We'll take care of that in a moment. And it's getting dark. It's going to be night any second now, so I'm going to go to the logs, and you'll notice that right here, if I get close to the fire pit, I can just use the logs and add fuel. I don't have to make a new fire, so I'm just going to add a few logs to this, make it nice and bright. And then I'm going to get over here, and I'm going to go to the science machine, and we're going to start making some boards. Now, I don't have enough boards right now to create a chest, but we're very close. I'm going to eat these roasted carrots just to clear up some inventory space. And now I'm going to go ahead and just cook these berries. Good. And I will drop... you know what? I was going to drop the pine cones, but instead, I'm just going to plant them. I'm just going to plant some trees right here so that eventually, they do take time to grow, but eventually, we will have a little forest over here so we can get logs without having to move too far from our base. There. Now I have 2 spaces, which is all I need to go and get our traps. Now, I'll tell you something. I forgot to mention this last time, but I swear, on the Switch, because I have this also on the Switch, you have to, like, the button to check the trap picks the trap up as well, and then you have to reset it. I don't really like that, but hey, what can you do? And he says I can't carry any more stuff, and that's because we need to murder this, and then now the rabbit has been retrapped, and we'll open this up, and oh, I cooked the morsel. Okay. Dirt. I just don't have very much space, so let me cook this anyway. We need to make a chest. I mean, this is what it's telling us. So let's chop down some of these bigger trees. We'll make some more rabbit traps. So now we have the science machine. We built a fire pit. I'm going to get some storage going so that we can help our inventory. But another thing that we can do for storage, now that we have the science, is make a backpack. And that's something else that we really want to do. All right. So I now have enough wood to go over here and craft another board. And with this, I can go to structures, which looks like a hammer. Whenever it has a light bulb icon on it for the crafting categories on the left, that means you got a new recipe. And you can just go through and look at all these green recipes. These are ones that we can actually build. I'm going to make a chest. And we've made it. And now I'm going to put it down. I'm just going to put it right here next to all of our stuff. And I'm going to open it. And I'm going to pause the game. And you can manage your inventory, moving stuff from your inventory to the chest. You can do it quickly with the game real. When you have the chest open, there's just a button on the D-pad. I'll show you. Where it's just like store left on the directional pad if you want to just knock stuff in there. But if you want to be careful about what you put in there, you can just pause and do it like this. So this niter, I don't need this. I'm going to put it away. The gold nuggets, I honestly don't need to carry them around. I'm going to put them away. And then let's see here. What else might we want to just store away for another day? Well, pine cones I don't really want at the moment. And to be honest, seeds I don't need either. Now, unfortunately, these are items that we'll probably pick up some of and will take up a slot regardless. What I try to do is prioritize putting in my chest things that I don't pick up very commonly that take up a slot. Things that I get all the time, even if I don't need them, there's going to be collected a bunch. So might as well fill up a stack. Now, there is a stack count item, or there's an item count for the stacks, rather. So like certain things, flint and stone, you will get to a maximum number for one slot, and then you will start picking it up in another slot. So in that case, you might want to put like a full stack away just to save it for a rainy day or something like that. But that's pretty good. So I'm just going to close that up, and now we've got those in our chest. Now I'm going to go over here to survival, and you could see that there's a backpack, and we can make it right here for just some dry grass and sticks, and I'm going to make it. Now, once you make the backpack, I will pause it with right trigger. It equips in your body slot, and then it has this arrow, and it shows you that it's giving me 8 extra slots of inventory down beneath right here. So I basically get like a second bar of inventory. Not full, but a lot, you know? So this is very, very helpful. And what this does for me is not only gives me extra inventory, but it is important to note that it takes up your armor slot. So if you want to wear grass or wood armor or something like that early in the game, you can do that, but you will take off your backpack. Now, you won't lose the items that are in your backpack. They will stay in there, but they will become unavailable until you pick up your backpack again and equip it. So sometimes you have to kind of switch between your backpack and your armor and just be aware of how that plays out. But now we have a bunch of extra slots, and what we want to do is just, at least what I want to do, is continue growing our empire of food and sustainability so that we don't starve, as the game recommends in the title. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and eat these morsels. Okay, now, it is worth mentioning, by the way, our health is at 150. Eating cooked food does restore a little bit of your health. It's not a lot. Medicine, health potions, healing salves, things that will restore your health, require some more advanced ingredients like honey and spider sacks, and we'll have to go fight guys for that. But if you need a little bit of healing, or just eventually, like over time, it will help you heal a bit to eat cooked stuff. So that's a benefit of it. Some cooked stuff will also restore sanity, and some things raw will help food and sanity. If you look at the Don't Starve wiki, you can get some more specific information about how that plays out. Like, if I inspect these roasted berries, it says I don't think the heat improved them. No, but they're nice and warm. Now, we're going to go ahead and murder these bunnies so that we can just get some food going. But at this point, it's time to make our food. We want to stretch it out so it lasts a little bit longer. We want more traps, and what I would like us to build is right here in the food menu now. This is new with the science machine. I really want to build a crock pot. So this allows you to make better food. So you need stone blocks, you need charcoal, and you need sticks. So a farm is great, but you need poop from like the buffalo guys, but beefalos or whatever, but we aren't close to them yet. We have to find them. So right now my goal is to get us the crock pot. I think that would be a tremendous improvement. Also, we want a weapon to fight with. And the best weapon that we can make right now to fight with and for a long time is a spear. All we need is some rope. Rope is in refining. You just need 3 pieces of dry grass. And now we can go over to make spear and make a spear. And it's always good to have a spear so that we can fight. You can fight with other stuff, but the spear is much better. You can see our trees are already growing a little bit. Now, we need charcoal. And the easiest way to get charcoal is to burn down trees. So I'm going to go down here, and you can just select your torch, and then you can light a tree. Now, I'll light it. I'm going to push left, and we're going to light it. I equipped it. And then run away. Okay, so you have to be careful. I'm going to equip my axe. You see how the fire has spread? Fire gets out of control. Do not light anything near your base, or you will be sad. I can light this guy. Fire will also hurt you, so obviously don't get burned by it. Now, once you have lit the tree, you see we got some ashes. And then this charcoal has come out. This is what we need for the crock pot. I will equip my axe, and you can like chop down the tree and get some more charcoal in that state, and then chop down that and get some more charcoal as well. So what you need to do is let them burn, then hit the like burned out trees with your axe, and you will get charcoal. All right, grass, tremendous. It is dusk on day 4, so I'm just going to gather some things before sleep time. But you can tell, like, we have a torch, we have a weapon, we have a backpack, we have a campsite with a campfire, we built the science machine. We're doing very well, and we're also starting to map out some things in our region. Now, the graveyard also has some other things if we want to dig up the graves. That, as you would imagine, doesn't do wonders for your sanity, but you can find some good stuff. Our axe has already broken. Now, one thing you can do, if you get a surplus of gold, is make gold tools, which are a little bit stronger, last longer than the basic stone tools if you want. That's, you know, more like if you have a ton of extra gold lying around. All right. Here we go. By the way, you can burn pine cones if you want. Like, so if you want to just add fuel and, you know, they don't give you as much as the log, but you can do that. Sure, go for it. And we'll go ahead and, you know, open up this rabbit hole. Actually, how are we doing on traps? Can I make another trap? Yeah, we can. And how are we doing on the prospect of a crock pot? We can't see it because we're not close enough to the science machine. If you're not close to the science machine, you can't even see the recipe. We have enough sticks and charcoal. We just need stone blocks, which you go to refining. And, oops, you go over to cut stone. And we can make a few of these. Cut stone. Oh, we can actually make exactly enough. How about that? I call them stone blocks. How about cut stone? That's the actual game name for it. Okay, and then we're going to go to food, and we can make a crock pot. I'm going to build it. The first time you build it, it is the prototype. I'm just going to put it over here next to our fire. And we did it. And now that you've built the crock pot, you can open it, and you see it has 4 slots. So I'm going to show you just a simple recipe would be to throw in 4 bunnies, and then you could throw in like a stick or a mushroom or berries or something like that. There are certain things you can cook, and you'll get there's different recipes that you can make that have different effects, obviously. And I'm not going to spoil all of those. I'm going to add some fuel just to make sure we're okay. But let's see if I can get into these. Here we go. Check. It's daytime. Great. We need more rabbits. 4 is okay, but not great. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm just going to make another trap. And I'm going to put this trap right here. Tremendous. All right, so we're getting low on sticks, which is okay. We can put one right there, too. Now, if I murder these bunnies, like this, we can go over to the crock pot, and when you mouse over or use the cursor on a piece of food that's applicable to the crock pot, you can push cook, and if it can go in, it will, but like on these petals, if you try to cook, he's like, they don't go in there. Or if you try to roast the berries, I guess you can put in roasted berries. That's cool. Well, then, in that case, I thought maybe you could only put in raw berries, but that's great. Berries are a nice filler. And we just caught our bunny right here. So let's get it. Let's murder it. And let us go over to the crock pot. And then you push cook. And then once it's full of 4 items, you can then push B on the controller where it says cook to go for it. And you don't need to like light it up. It just does it. And it takes some time to simmer away. But there it goes. It's going. All right. So there is a bunny trap, but we can come back for that. We're not in a rush to get that. What we're in a rush to do is explore further in the world. Another one of our big objectives is really just to map things out and see if we can get a handle on where certain resources are. There's a ton more grass here. There's more stone, which we actually need to make cut stone and all kinds of stuff. We need to make another pickaxe. Wah wah. But that's why you carry around sticks and flint, so that you can craft a pickaxe on the run. And we get this niter. You don't even have to carry that if you don't want to. I save it all and just put it back at my base, but with the backpack, we're far less concerned about our inventory than we were before. But even with the backpack, I'll tell you what, it does fill up. Now, when this food gets like this, you see how it's yellow? Don't eat it. Eating bad food is, well, not good for you. So what you want to do is just let it go. But when things go completely bad, they turn into rot, which is actually good because you can use it to fertilize your farm. Or you can use it to fertilize your plants once you make a shovel. And that's actually not a bad idea, just to talk about making a shovel for us. Can I make that? But I got to do it at the science machine. Okay. All right. We've been over here before, so I'm going to keep going. The bunnies are running away, terrified. All right, let's run this way. And, ooh, there's a stone road. Let's see where this goes. Dee-lee-lee. And there's a flower. Okay. There's a beehive. Now, you can fight the bees. You have a spear. It's something you could do if you want to try to get some honey. Wow, this is a 4-way fork. Okay, this is a swamp. I would turn around from the swamp right now when you see those little pools like that. You can explore it if you wish, but it is a bit dangerous. I'll just say that. It's not my priority early game. Another beehive. Bunch of beehives, okay. And once it gets dusk, I will retrace my steps. But, again, I want to see as much as I can. I'm going down here, and look what we found. It's a wormhole. So, the wormhole, you can jump into it. And if you do jump into a wormhole, it will teleport you to another wormhole somewhere on the map. Maybe you've seen it, and it's a wormhole you've already found, or another one. It just connects to another wormhole. It's a great way for getting around the map. However, I'm going to eat because I'm getting really hungry. It takes sanity to go through a wormhole. Your character will be like, it's not a sane thing to do to go in there, which, makes sense. Probably not a sane thing to do. All right. By the way, you'll see me picking dry grass all the time, and you're probably like, you have way too many, or too much. You don't need any more of that. Let me tell you what, dry grass, I'm always running out of it because you need it for traps. Now, here is the crock pot. It's done, and you can harvest it. And what we made were meatballs. So I'm going to show you. We have 67 hunger. And if I eat these meatballs, it just restored us 128. So it went up 61 effectively, which is, amazing. And I put in berries and 3 morsels. So it's more than, the 48 that would give you. And delicious. Okay, so it's just a way to really, really maximize how much food you're getting. And you can carry it in one slot, and it will be like a massive meal for you. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to keep going until there you go. Interact with the trap. Check. Sweet. And these trees are actually ready. You could cut these down. They're not fully grown. But, you know what I could do is, let me quickly make a shovel. And I'm going to just equip this so I could show you. If we take the shovel, and for example, this sapling right here, I'm going to just pick it. But then I'm going to use B to dig the sapling. And then you can pick it up. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. And, it's day 5. You see how he says, did you hear that? Every 5 days, we're going to get a visit. And this is why you need weapons. It's not always peaceful. All right, I'm going to go ahead and this sapling, once you pick it up, I'm going to plant it right here. Like that. And now these saplings will grow, but we do want to fertilize them, I believe. I can't remember if you have to fertilize saplings. You do have to fertilize berry bushes and grass and things to get them to grow. Now it's getting dark, so we're going to go over to our logs, and we're going to add fuel. And I'm going to equip my spear just to be ready in case we get visited. You saw how he said, I heard something? Did you hear that? Yeah, again, you see him saying that? Did you hear that? That is our warning. Cook, 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 cook. All right, I'm going to start this up in the crock pot. X, by the way, attacks with your spear. So you hear that grunting? It's getting closer. It's getting scary. Did you hear that? If you want, you can go to the science machine. You go here and you could make a log suit or a grass suit. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's make rope. Let's make rope. Okay, here it is. Ah! Okay. So, I was trying to make the armor, but he came. So the hound, you actually hear it in the night, and they usually come in the morning after. And he came over and he attacked us. We took some damage. You see we're down to 110 health, but we're not dead. We're not, massively hurt. Now, you can fight better than how I fought. A lot of the time what you can do is you can stick and move. The enemies telegraph their attacks very easily, at least early, and they're not super fast, so you can hit, then run away, and then it will bite, and then you can dodge the bite and then go in and hit. You can fight way better than I did, but sometimes if it's just one hound and I have a spear like that, I can just stand in there and fight the guy, and we did. And we won, and I'm going to harvest the crock pot, and I'm going to show you. He drops monster meat okay, which you can cook and eat, but only cook one at a time. Do not cook more than that, okay? Just cook one. So what we can do is I'm going to go here, and we're going to just murder this, and we can then open the crock pot, and we'll add the carrot. We will add the monster meat. We will add the morsel, and, you know, I mean, do I want to just throw in something else? Not yet. I'll wait until we can get a bunny or something like that. But I want to show you. Yeah, this is. I don't want to eat my meatballs right now because they. I don't need it. Okay, this is fine. I will eat it. I'll show you. We're at 110 health. If I eat this, okay, we got 113 health and we're full on food. So you see how the cooked food, it does heal you. It is not a lot, but it's some. Great. So we have a crock pot. We got a science machine. We've got more traps. We dug up and moved some saplings. We planted some trees. We fought our first hound. Those hounds come every 5 days, and they get progressively more and more hounds the further you make. Remember, I told you the further you get into the game, the harder it gets. More hounds, so expect that. Like on day 10, the morning after, I would expect 2 hounds, something like that. So just watch out for it. You don't have to fight the hounds. You can run them away from your base and just ditch them somewhere. They will attack other things, so you could try to get them to fight spiders or pigs or something like that, but we haven't really encountered those yet. And we're alive. We also have a backpack, and I'm really pleased with how we're doing and how our base is coming along, and I hope you're finding this series to be useful and fun. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Take care.